What's up guys, Philip here, and I am back in the garage to talk to you guys today about my dumbbells. So I have the Baadass Adjustable Dumbbells and I've had them for about a year and a half, and I already have a review on my channel of them, but I figured I would do a follow-up review, kind of give you guys a little bit more insight into them, give you guys a little bit of background on the company, and maybe do a drop test or two, just to see if they are as tough as they say they are. So let's get into it a little bit. So the Baadass Adjustable Dumbbell is what I like to call a bougie spin lock dumbbell. You have a dumbbell handle that is 5 pounds by itself, and you stack weight plates on each side and take the screws that are included with the dumbbells, put them through the holes of the weight plates and screw them directly into the dumbbell handle. And this gives you a pro style dumbbell that, to about a 95% extent, functions just like a normal pro style dumbbell that you would be used to using in a public gym. And I'll talk about the small exception in a little bit, but that's basically how they work. So just to give you guys a little bit of background into these Baadass dumbbells and kind of where they came from, there's a small company in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is probably not as small anymore. It was small when I bought them. And it is called Baadass Weights and Dumbbells. It's run by a guy named Steve Prescott. And he sells a couple of different things, but he's most famous and popular for his adjustable dumbbells, the Baadass Adjustable Dumbbells. And he sells sets that go up to 225 pounds per dumbbell. So right now, 5 to 50 pound pair is going to run you about $560, and a pair of 5 to 172.5, which is what I have, will run you about $1150. So just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, when you do want to buy them, it's a kind of a small operation. So what you do is you message Steve. Steve is very responsive and he will answer any questions you have about them. You message him, tell him what set you want, kind of what you want to order, and where it is supposed to go. And you kind of correspond with him to pay for them and get them sent to you, but you do get a tracking number and you can track them as they kind of come to you, because if you're in the United States like me, it is a Canadian company, so they are coming quite a ways, but they came to me without a scratch. I mean, if they did come with a beat up box, it wouldn't have hurt them anyways, because they're absolutely indestructible. But they came in great shape. They came as they were advertised, and they have been what they were supposed to for the year and a half that I've had them. I ordered them in November of 2020, so just to give you guys a reference. So just to let you guys know a little bit about the company and kind of where they come from. So let's talk about a few pros and cons of these dumbbells, starting with the first pro, which is the fact that they are indestructible and they're made to be that way. Guys, I'm telling you, unless you have one in your hands, it's hard to explain, but every single piece on these dumbbells is made from solid steel. They are constructed to be solid, sturdy. They are constructed to not waver when you're using heavy weights, and doorways are not safe when you have one of these loaded and you're walking through it. I know that from experience. So in all seriousness, these are built to be used roughly. They're built to go heavy and to be used while they're heavy, and they're made specifically that way, and they're backed up with that promise because they have a lifetime warranty on them, guys, against bending and breaking. They will be replaced. If you bend or break something with these in your lifetime, it will be replaced, and it says that on the website. And not only do they have a lifetime warranty, but that warranty is transferable. I don't know another company that backs up their product and backs up their words and their vision with a warranty like that, guys. I mean, that's crazy to me. So first pro is definitely that they are tanks. The second pro is the fact that they go incredibly heavy. And not only do they go heavy, they feel great from a lightweight to a heavyweight. So you can get a pair of these up to 225 pounds per dumbbell. And I want to tell you that that doesn't mean that you can't go heavier than that, because I have the set of 1 to 172.5 per dumbbell, and I just rode 180 on it today. So there's a little bit of a tolerance to go a little heavier than that on a single dumbbell. So just kind of throwing that out there, guys. I want to tell you, you can go heavy with these and they feel just as good with heavier weight on them. However, they also feel great with lightweight, guys. I use mine 25 pounds on each dumbbell to do lateral raises. When my pec was good, and soon to come again, pressed 120s, 130s on these, felt great. I curl with them with 50s, felt great. I rode a 180, felt great. All of the weights that you do, it's gonna feel good, and it has the capacity to go so much heavier. I don't even have a gym around me within a 25-mile radius that has a dumbbell that heavy. So that's pretty awesome. So the third major pro of these dumbbells is the fact that they have some very nice finishing touches to go along with the toughness that they are known for. The dumbbell handle has a nice knurl that is not too aggressive or too passive. It's kind of in the middle, so it will bite on heavier rows and heavier presses, but it also feels comfortable enough for high rep flies, high rep curls, high rep lateral raises, and the such. The handle also has a knurl mark down the middle, so it is easy to orient your hands on the dumbbells. The actual screws that screw into the dumbbells are knurled as well, which is just a really nice finishing touch. It makes it easier to screw them in, and it gives a higher quality feel. And finally, the inside of the head of the screws has a nice foam layer, foam type material that really grips the outermost weight plate on the head when you screw them in, really locking in that screw and making sure that they are sturdy and they're not going to come undone. And they won't come undone, guys. If you use them responsibly and how they're made to be used, don't like way overload them, then they are very safe. They are very sturdy, and the screw is not going to come out. It goes way into that handle. So just to kind of let you guys know. So a few more pros to just kind of mention quickly. These dumbbells come with sets of 12.5-pound weight plates, 10-pound weight plates, 5-pound weight plates, 2.5-pound weight plates, and 1.25-pound weight plates. So you can get 2.5-pound increments all the way up to whatever the top weight is for your dumbbell. So you can touch any weight increment that you want. They also come with a few little posters that give you what weight plates you need on each side for what weight. So it makes the weight plate math a little bit easier. So just wanted to go ahead and mention those real quickly. So now I want to talk about a few cons of these dumbbells, starting with the biggest con, which is the fact that they're a little rough around the edges. Guys, they're made to be used and abused, but if you use them for that purpose, they are going to rust some, they are going to chip and flake. The actual sticker that is on the head of the screw is laminated, and that lamination comes off pretty easily. The weight plates have a laminated sticker for Gen 1 plates. Now, I think Steve actually paints the weight onto them, but either way, that weight is going to scratch off over time. I paint pinned the weight on the ones that didn't have the painted weight on, and I'll probably do the same in the future, but I did want to mention that. I'm not sure, like over time, how that is going to hold up, and that could be done a little bit better. I also wanted to mention the fact that the weight plates are painted and they chip pretty easily, especially if you use them the way they're supposed to be. And the coating that is on the dumbbell handle also chips some, and the actual screw is just bare steel. So you will, if you lift in a humid garage like me, I've had them for about 1.5 years, and every single component and weight plate that I have now has some form of rust on it to some degree. So I did want to mention that. That could be cleaned up a little bit, but for me, it makes them feel a little bit more hardcore. It makes me feel like I'm training old school, and I kind of like that feeling, but you have to decide for yourself how much of a problem that is for you, I guess. So the second con of these dumbbells kind of come with the territory. They are a spin lock type dumbbell, so they are slow to adjust, at least slower than like a power block or a Nuobell. If you use these, it is pretty hard to drop set with them. If you are the kind that likes to bodybuild and do drop sets, that is going to be hampered just by how they're built. But if you like to use largely the same weights and you don't mind switching the weights in between sets, then it's not really that big of a problem. But you can't really drop set with these, so I did want to mention that. So the last con that I will mention is the fact that the dumbbell handle is a little bit longer than a regular dumbbell handle. So with this, it can be a pro and a con, because when you're doing like a pressing type movement with a heavier weight, the fact that that handle is longer makes it a little bit harder to stabilize. It kind of wants to teeter-totter in your hand, as well as if you do like a heavy row, it will also try to kind of teeter-totter in your hand. And so just keep that in mind. For the most part, they feel like a pro style dumbbell. 95% of the time they feel like a pro style dumbbell, but you notice kind of once you get into the heavier weights, kind of that difference due to that longer handle. So I will mention that. So in conclusion, these dumbbells are fantastic if you utilize them to their strengths, guys. If you're a bodybuilding style trainer who likes to change weights a lot and drop set a lot, these might not be your best adjustable dumbbell option. But if you want to get gritty and nasty with your training, if you want to go incredibly heavy and you want an adjustable dumbbell that feels just like a pro style dumbbell once it's loaded and feels good with a lightweight all the way up to heavier than any other adjustable dumbbell on the market, then I think this is your best option, and I don't see a better alternative, guys. So if you guys want to know anything else about these dumbbells, or you have any thoughts about them, drop a comment down in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys watching this, and I will catch you guys later.